welcome to Grace Note Stitchers. I'm Corinne. My daughter Colleen is usually on Flosstube with me, but today she said, can I have a break? So here I am doing it alone. So I'm half of the Grace Note Stitchers. And don't mind the 80s hair. That's what my husband's calling it. This is what happens when I wash my hair the night before and sleep on it. I have curly, crazy hair. I do need to make an apology note a little bit for my last Flosstube video. I said about the Pennsylvania primaries. Yeah, it was Pennsylvania, not across the United States. So I had one of those, you know, what they call a blonde moment. And not to offend blondes, I promise you. My dad always teased me that I was a blonde at heart. So I'm right there with you. But anyway, I forgot that the primaries are on different dates for different states. So I really apologize about that. So a couple of things. I'm going to go ahead and show you my stitchy mail because I am so excited about this. You'll see a whole lot less stitchy mail. I haven't been ordering anything. I am still waiting on that fabric for my chatelaine. I did email them to see if they know the status on that. I think they died of order. So, you know, I have to show a little bit of grace there. This is actually something I won. I don't know exactly how I won this, but when I ordered my Summer Quaker from Garon Totten Bags, they give you a number like every time you order something, and then they do a drawing. And live, they drew my name for a $20 gift certificate, and they even said my name right. So anyway, I got 11 by 17 because if you guys have noticed, 11 by 17 Q-snaps are my favorite. And this says chocolate and a lot of French words. I love French things. That's not why I got this. I love the chocolate in it. Not big on lemons, but that's okay. The lemon inside, it's summery, and that's what I was going for. So what do I keep in that? I keep in my stitch along. So I'll show you that one in a few minutes. So this was $25. They're 14 by 14, 11 by 11, I think is around $18. But this is my favorite size. So that's what I ordered. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else coming. So the other reason I'm not ordering a lot, my husband ordered us some new Lazy Boy furniture. I am so excited. He's getting me my own stitchy chair. We went out yesterday and we picked it out. I can't wait to be able to show it to you. It is 6 to 8 weeks for delivery, so it'll be some time, but my hubby likes to take care of me. I have arthritis pretty much everywhere in my body, and it's psoriatic arthritis, so it's never going to go away. Probably not ever going to get better unless I go into a biologic strong shots that I don't want to do. But anyway, you know, we found a chair that I can actually touch the floor, a lounge chair that I can actually touch the floor. So they make them if you're a short person. And then, you know, they said about doing the power instead of the lever. And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with the lever because I'm cheap. And he's like, this chair is going to be around a while, and he had me sit down, and the lever is really hard to pull. Like, I reached all the way down and yank, kind of pulls on your shoulder, and he went, no, you're getting the power. And then memory foam. So he did all the upgrades. So it was a little more costly than, let's say, double what I wanted to spend. And he said we're getting our couches because our couch is 16 years old. It's a corner couch. And we've kind of outgrown it because our kids don't want to sit so close to each other anymore because they're all teenagers. Although my son turns 20 next week, so I can't call him a teenager anymore. I will, but not supposed to. So anyway, it's breaking, like the back, the fluff is all gone. It's completely flat. I have pillows behind the fabric. The fabric is torn in the back of the cushions. I keep tucking it back so nobody can see it. It's wearing thin and all kinds of stuff. So he said, we're going to get some couches that match. And we did get a really good deal. But this is your lesson here. Definitely go for price matching. They said they price match within 50 miles. We had a really great salesperson yesterday. And he called, there's a store near my parents 3 hours away, who we knew had the same chair. And my husband's like, I will drive 3 hours away to save $300. That's the price difference on just my chair. And he called Lazy Boy back, and they said, get the quote, send it to us, and we will price match that. And yeah, they have lazy boys everywhere, so maybe that's still within a 50 miles. We don't want to speculate, but they also price match the couch. So we're saving $600 just for making a few phone calls and sending a few emails. So don't ever, ever, ever be scared to ask for a price match. It was really cool. I'm very excited. So I said to my husband, basically, because I had put a deposit down, my chair's paid for. So I'm really, really happy about that. All right, so let's get to some finishes. I actually finished. This is Unicorn 2 by KLT Charting. My daughter is still here. She's behind the camera, so she's going to make sure that I get these nice and good so that you can actually see these as I hold these up for you. This was using threads that are no longer around, but it would be converted to Threadworks Bradley's balloons. I used one skein. Oh, I lied. I did have to frog in the beginning. Oh my gosh. I did the outline first. Again, this is personal preference. You can stitch how you wish. I wanted to do the outside to make sure that I had everything in the right place. And I also wanted my variegation to go through the entire unicorn and have the actual real pattern of my thread. So I did the horn first. So I had good, nice, solid lines. And then I'll hold it up so you can see what I mean. So there's my horn. And then I did the outline. I just went straight into my outline, went all the way through. And I had to do the front half of that unicorn, this part, about 3 times. So I ruined some of my threads. So I ended up going into a second skein, which probably wouldn't have had to do had I not totally frogged. And because I used to reuse all my threads, but when I noticed that it's fraying, I was like, oh, that takes away the boldness of my colors. So I will show this again once I get it framed. Hagen Lobby is open, but I have a medical reason that I can't wear a mask out going into the stores, so I just don't go. And when I can go in there free, I will go in and pick out a frame for that. This is what I keep inside of my Garon tote bag. Freebie, almost freebie. I paid shipping. I paid $5. I got June done. So my June of frosted pumpkin stitchery is done. This is our Stitch Along Animal Almanac. I love it. This is all DMC except for the Etoile. Is that what it's called? I think so. So we have 2 specialty threads, the sparkles, a silver and a black. Absolutely, absolutely love them. So June was a fun stitch. I like the camping theme. The boots were cute and it has some long stitches. This is the first time they had anything special like that. So right on the laces, I don't know if you can see that, right on the laces is a long stitch. She's going to zoom in for me. But I thought that was cute. It just added a different touch. And because I wanted it to be different, I actually crossed them. Well, they had them crossed, but I crossed them the opposite of my traditional cross stitch. Just me. I did make a video. I don't know if you saw it because I didn't number it as a floss tube. I just wrote the word floss tube. Kind of an intro to Q-snaps. I think that's the one I did. Just because there were people like, I want some how-to videos. So you can watch that. I am soon going to do one of how to load your scroll rods. And I did make a how to stitch faster video, but my daughter, not Colleen, my youngest, held the video the wrong way. And when you upload it to YouTube, it looks really dumb. Not her fault. I didn't tell her how to hold it. And the how-to that Colleen recorded for me turned out great. But my husband had done it right before that, holding it upright also. So when I didn't use his video, he was really sad. But I had to say to him, you know, I gotta keep them all the same direction. That's what shows up very well on YouTube. But I'm going to give you a cart tour. I have my Michaels cart and I was waiting until I got my 31 bag. It's a divider organizer bag from my friend because it's got my smaller Q-snaps in it. So I didn't want to make my video until I had that. Because, I'm sorry, I keep licking my lips. I have my Firefly Fairies from Mirabilia. I needed this for some of the challenges. I'm finally at a place that I'm really enjoying this. This is the one I had taken out and I restitched. I already have more on it than I did before because I didn't like the dark fabric choice. So this is Heroic and I am loving it. Because I'm not one who's going to take and dye. You're supposed to bleach a starburst pattern, and I'm too afraid to mess up. So with the heroic and all the color streaming, it'll look like it's coming from the wands. So I think it's cool. My last finish kind of is I finished the May that I started in Mania for my Clouds Factory. So this is the May right here. So that is finished. And I started in on June. Again, I set it aside just because it didn't match any of my challenges that I'm doing right now. But I have the whole month, so I'm sure there can be challenges that it matches for next time. I will warn you, I was using, I can't think of the name, but right here, these are hand-dyed. They are, I can't remember. I think they're weeks. But I wrote in my pattern keeper because it shows everything up as clear. So if you use pattern keeper and you put in any gentle arts or weeks and you use their names, I think it's called hibiscus now that I'm thinking about it. Once you have the stitches complete, they come up as clear. So I thought, oh, I'm just going to use the DMC conversion. They converted this into this more orange color, and I thought, so I stitched the A and the T. This is going to say once upon a time, and I did the A and T completely in this color, and then the I called for that color, and I was like, wait, what? So it's very unusual that they do use both in the same pattern. So I just changed it to a different number. So now when I go into my box and the number's not there, I look at my phone because I took a photo of the conversion. That way I know. But anyway, that's me. That's my cheat sheet. If you play games, we are playing a game called Dragon Lore. I think I talked about Myth and Magic Stitch Wars. That's my first love. That was the first one. I'm a pixie, so if you join the game, you know, say hi to me. Let me know you watch my Flosstube so I know that you came because of me. I would love that. But we get gifts from villagers, so that's really neat. Dragon Lore is kind of like a spin-off. I'm not going to quote that it is because I didn't create it, but there's a lot of elements that are the same. So, but they're getting ready to start a new one next week. Myth and Magic starts over in a week or two, and it still might be going on. I didn't play this time because pixies weren't drawn. It's okay. So we went to Dragon Lore, and the pixies created a team, the Gorgons. So we are still together, and we're playing together in Dragon Lore. But there are different rules, and so there's no villager gifts. But there are teams that are not full, so you could play against me. What does that entail? As long as you're not a leader, all you do is stitch. And you'll take a picture of your item. They give you a number of the day. You handwrite that on your... You stick it up next to your picture, you take a photo, upload it into the album of whatever team you're in. Say that your group leader says, I need you to stitch, I don't know, I can't even think of the items right now, but it's 600, oh, wisp seeds, they're 150. So you do 150 stitches, you take your photo, you upload it and say, can I have wisp seeds, please? And then they go into inventory and your leader does whatever. They can heal, they can attack with your seeds. So kind of cool. So if you just like to stitch, but you like the camaraderie, because we talk in the chat, just through Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and you get to know your teammates pretty good. You know, we talk about things that aren't always stitching, like what shows we're watching while we are stitching, or we'll even say, you know, I'm trying to decide between these two projects, you know, which one should I work on, just for fun. But not that you have to do it. I like doing it. And then as soon as you do those wisp seeds, you put in your same number, or if it's a new day, another number, take your photo, start stitching for your next item, upload your end picture. So it's not a ton of work, but it is time consuming if, you know, if you really want to win. If you're playing for fun, it's a lot of fun. So anyway, I would like to say thank you. We have quite a few subscribers right now. We're up to 95, which, you know, we never fathomed that we would get there. If you hear cutting, by the way, my daughter's stitching right behind me, or in front of me, right behind you. I said, yeah, bring her cross stitch down, be my zoomer, whatever. So she's doing some fancy camera work for us today. But anyway, we appreciate you. I do have something kind of cool to give away once we hit the 100. I'm going to do, what do they call that? Stash, pass the stash of the bumblebee that I finished. So I will show that once we hit 100. Not that I'm coercing you or anything, but if you do like watching us, Please hit like, share us, whatever it is that you guys have to do. Comment. I'd love to hear your comments. I try to respond as quickly as I can because I get email. This is a very long goodbye, so I'm going to sign off. Have a good week.